everyone, I'm Garrett Chelsea, Director of Grow Students, and I'm here to show you all the amazing stuff in our series based on the Gospels. It's all about following Jesus. So let's take a closer look at From Now On and see what sets it apart from other series in Volume 8 of Grow Students. During his time on earth, Jesus' message was clear, that from now on, things will be different. Jesus spent his life showing people how God wanted to connect with them and help them connect with each other. But because of Jesus, our world can be forever changed. And this starts as we simply begin and continue to follow him. During From Now On, we'll explore what it means to follow Jesus and look at his life as the life that he invites us into. So in week 1, we'll look at the opening chapter of John's Gospel to see how he described Jesus' presence in the world. John's words show us that Jesus has always been present. And in light of this, from now on, trust Jesus is with you. In week 2, we'll hear a story about a time when Jesus calmed a storm while he was on a boat with his disciples, which makes me realize Jesus can handle so much more than we can ever imagine. And it's also teaching us that in all situations, from now on, let Jesus give you peace. In the 3rd week, we'll read in John 15 about how Jesus helps us recognize love in the relationships around us. We'll see how Jesus showed love through his actions, leading us to embrace this idea that from now on, trust Jesus loves you. Finally, we'll look at a story from Mark 10 when Jesus chose to invite and include an unexpected group of people. From this story of Jesus, including kids, we can see that from now on, Jesus gives you a place to belong. You know better than anyone that helping teenagers follow Jesus in a world full of noise that shapes how they connect or don't connect with Jesus is a daunting task. And there are so many reasons for this. Now, if your conversations with students are anything like mine, it's not that they're against him. In fact, most students aren't actually even actively rejecting Jesus. The bigger issue is that they're often apathetic or just don't see why Jesus is relevant to their lives. With everything going on around them, following Jesus can feel like another thing to do on the long list of to-dos they don't sure that they want to bother with. In addition to that, for years we have seen that one of the biggest challenges students face isn't necessarily Jesus himself. It's the experience they've had with religion or even Christians. They've seen hypocrisy or felt judged, or their calls for wrongs to be made right are ignored. And that can leave them feeling burned by the very people who should be showing them Jesus' love. So instead of growing in their faith, they distance themselves, wondering if Jesus is really any different from the things that have hurt or disappointed them. There's also the fact that Jesus can feel like a mystery to them. Because let's be honest, he's hard to understand sometimes, even for us. And if students don't get who he is, or they can't connect the dots, it's easy for them to give up. In a world where everything is quick and easy to Google, the unknowing can be frustrating. If they don't understand Jesus, they might just give up and move on to something else. So From Now On is a series that cuts through all of that noise and shows that the simple act of following and trusting Jesus is the most life-changing and important thing we can experience. And it doesn't have to wait to some distant moment in the future. They can start today. This series invites teenagers to follow Jesus right now. It will show them that they can start from this moment, from now on, to live a life-changing encounter with who Jesus is. As always, any series in Grow can be customized to be done at any time of the year, but we recommend doing this series at a time when teenagers are already wondering about what type of life changes they want to make. So we think it's a perfect series to start off the new year with in January. There are a bunch of ways teenagers are encouraged to follow Jesus in this series, but I want to highlight just a few. In week 1, they are asked to vote on some of the most cringy versions of Jesus that they have seen in memes in a poll called Jesus Meme Challenge. I'm sure you have your favorite cringy Jesus memes, but we found some that, as you can see, are absolutely wild. There are also so many opinions and thoughts about who Jesus is. Memes are just one example, but it can be really hard to figure out what to believe about who he is and if he can really change our lives for the better. So every week we build in a time where students can text in their questions about Jesus. They can be questions from deep theological perspectives to silly ones about Jesus, like, did he ever lose at a family game night? Or did Jesus ever get hangry? These questions then become a launching point into deeper conversations about the difference that Jesus can make in their life. From Now On also has all sorts of ways to help give concrete examples of what it looks like to follow Jesus. So there are all sorts of object lessons and images that help teenagers visualize what following Jesus looks like in their life. So for example, in week 4, to emphasize why it's important that Jesus makes a place for everyone to belong, we talk about the roots of redwood trees and how they intertwined and help hold each other up. But this series isn't just about thinking new thoughts. It's about living them out in our lives. So all throughout from now on, we have created unique reflection guides to help your group find their next steps into what it would look like to follow Jesus from that moment on. From all of us here at Grow, we want you to know that we see your dedication and patience is truly making a difference in the lives of teenagers. By helping them connect Jesus to their everyday struggles and the broader issues in the world, you're guiding them towards deeper hope and understanding. Your efforts to help show teenagers who Jesus is and why he makes a difference is changing lives, so thank you. Now, if you're ever looking for additional ways to continue to make the impact we already know that you are making, feel free to check out our blog. It has all sorts of really practical resources to help you continue the amazing work God will start doing in your group as you guide them through from now on.